Once, there was an old wise man who lived in a beautiful garden. People came from far away to seek his advice because he was very good at helping them feel better. One day, a sad young man came to him. He was feeling very hurt and wanted to know how to feel happy again. The old wise man asked him to sit with him in his garden. He looked at him kindly and asked, "What's wrong, my dear? Why are you so sad?" The young man began to cry and told him about the person he had lost. He couldn't stop thinking about them, and it made him feel very sad all the time. The old wise man listened carefully. Then he picked up a beautiful flower from the garden. He held it out to him and asked, "What do you see?" The young man looked at the flower and said, "It's so pretty." The old wise man smiled and then asked, "But what if I hold on to this flower tightly and never let it go? What will happen to it?" The young man thought for a moment and said, "It will die because it needs to be free." The old wise man nodded and said, "Just like the flower, we must learn to let go of our sadness. Holding onto it too tightly only makes it worse. We need to accept what has happened and forgive." The young man felt a little better and asked, "But how do I do that?" The old wise man explained that letting go starts with accepting that bad things happen sometimes, and we can't change them. We need to forgive others and ourselves too. The young man felt hopeful and said, "Thank you, Master. I will try to let go and be happy again." The old wise man smiled and told him that letting go is something we need to practice every day. By doing that, we can find peace in our hearts. So, the young man left the garden feeling lighter and ready to start a new journey of happiness and peace. And the old wise man continued to help others find the same joy in letting go. In life, we all face moments of sadness, hurt, and loss. These feelings can weigh heavy on our hearts, just like carrying a heavy burden. However, the story reminds us that it's okay to feel sad sometimes, but it's not good to hold on to that sadness forever. Just like how tightly holding on to a delicate flower can cause it to wither and die, clinging tightly to our pain and sorrow can make it harder for us to find peace and happiness. The story teaches us the importance of letting go. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or pretending that our pain never existed. Instead, it means accepting what has happened, understanding that we cannot change the past, and choosing to release the negative emotions that hold us back. By practicing acceptance and forgiveness, we can gradually lighten the weight of our sadness and make room for healing and happiness in our hearts. Forgiveness is not only about forgiving others, but also about forgiving ourselves for any mistakes or regrets we may have. It's about freeing ourselves from the chains of anger, resentment, and blame, so we can move forward with an open heart and mind. The story encourages us to embrace the art of letting go as a lifelong practice. Every day, we have the choice to release what no longer serves us and to focus on the beauty and joy that still exist in our lives. Through this practice, we can find serenity, peace, and healing, allowing us to live more fully and happily in the present moment. So, remember, my dear friends, when life gets tough and sadness weighs heavy on your heart, don't be afraid to let go. Embrace acceptance, practice forgiveness, and choose to release the pain that holds you back. By doing so, you can find the strength to heal, the courage to move forward, and the joy to live life to the fullest.